Good afternoon, everyone. My name is LaShondra Little, and I serve as the Voter Education and Outreach Manager for the Department of Fulton County Registration and Elections. And I thank you all for coming out today to hear about. So our job for Fulton County is to staff 250 voting locations for Election Day. And so that's why you are here. You all are essential to this process, so we really need you all to jump in and help us so we can make sure we fill these locations. Let's talk about the requirements to be a poll worker. You have to be an employee or a resident of Fulton County or one of our surrounding counties. So if you're in one of the adjacent counties, you also can sign up. Have a willingness to serve, which you must have because you're here at an info session. Be at least 16 years of age. I think we've all met that requirement as well. Be willing to work Election Day from 5 a.m. until 10 p.m. Be able to read, write, and speak the English language and have reliable transportation. For Election Day, again, just to make sure, and we're saying this twice so we can make sure you all know what you're in for. So for Election Day, which is May 24th, you will be reporting at 5 a.m., leaving at 10. You necessarily won't have to report any earlier than 5, but you potentially will be able to leave earlier than 10. It depends on your precinct, where you're working that day, and how much traffic is coming in. Because if somebody's in that line at 6:59 and 50 people show up, you all have to stay and make sure you process everyone that's in that line. So just wanted to make sure you all were aware. And then oftentimes, the Sunday prior to or the Monday prior to that Tuesday, the poll manager of that actual precinct may call you to come and help them set up the precinct. Let's go over the different roles that we have available. Your poll manager, that's the head person in charge. You're responsible for making sure when 7 a.m. hits May 24th, that everything is ready to go. So everything that happens in that precinct on that day, poll manager is responsible for. Then you have your assistant poll manager that assists the poll manager in those different responsibilities. You have your clerks. So if most of you have voted before, that's the person that greets you when you first walk in. They take your ID and they're putting your information into a poll pad. That's your clerk. So their job is to make sure they get you the accurate information so that you can get to the actual ballot box. And then you have your line monitors. Your line monitors are making sure, especially on Election Day, that you are in the right place to vote, because anywhere right now you can early vote, but actually on Election Day you have to be in your precinct. So the line monitor's job is to make sure before you get there, stand in the line, if there's a line, that you're in the right place. And they also can coincide and shift and be clerks as well. And then lastly, we have our technicians. And we're definitely in need of technicians for this upcoming election. But these are the folks, if something happens, paper gets jammed in the printer, iPad goes down, these are folks who might be a little bit of technical that can actually jump in and just get it back up and running. Pay raise. So everyone gets $30 for a training. So everybody has to go to a mandatory training, which you will receive $30 for. If you're serving as a poll manager, you'll make $275 for the day. Assistant managers makes $200. Our clerks and line monitors makes $175, and our technicians make $245. So that the forms that you fill out, which you will have, but there's a sheet in there that says pay card. So what will happen is once we get everything filled out, get it turned back in, you'll receive a pay card, a Bank of America pay card from Fulton County. Once the election is over, sure that you actually worked, and then we load that amount on that card, and you can use it as your regular card that you would use anywhere else. Your election opportunities for this year. So there are 4 opportunities to work for Election Day this year. So the first one is coming up on May 24th. If there's a runoff from that May 24th election, that one will take place on June 21st. And then we have the big general election, which is on November 8th. And if there's a runoff from the November 8th election, that will be on December 6th. So those are your 4 times to work as a poll worker for Election Day. Just to go over some other important dates, so just know, in case anyone was asking, the voter registration deadline to actually vote for the May 24th election has passed. So that was April 25th. However, anyone who's registering right now until May 23rd, they will have an opportunity to vote in the runoff on June 21st on federal races only. They won't be able to vote on any of the local races, but they'll be able to vote on federal races. Monday right now. So if you're going to be signing up to be a poll worker, that means that you can't vote on election day on the 24th. So between now and May 20th, and that's every day, including Saturdays and Sundays from 9 to 6, you can actually go vote. So we need you. So thank you all for being here. We want to make sure that you all make sure you get your vote in, because you can't vote on it, because you got to be there at 5 a.m. now. So you're not going to be able to vote on election day. Also, for those who you know who are still looking to request absentee applications, just letting you know that deadline for those who need absentee ballots is coming up. It's on May 13th. So that's the last day that anybody can request a ballot for absentee. And then they have to turn those in by May 24th. We do have 7 drop boxes that are located at various early vote locations that they can put in the drop box up until May 20th. If they miss that May 20th drop box date, then they have to mail that ballot to us or bring it to our office. Okay, so that is quick and snapshot, very easy, of what we do and what you would do as a poll worker. So do we have questions? Any questions? So no questions. Ms. Franklin, yes ma'am. So on the application, if it has a poll, it says poll waiver, you skip that page. That's only for people who are not in Fulton County. Yes.
What you were talking about now, do you have a print off of those dates and everything?
Yes, we have a print off for all these dates at our table. We do have a print off. If you, Chantel, if you don't mind, if you don't mind passing out applications to the people in the seats. Any other questions? Okay, if you are, no questions at all, we good? Have you all been, oh, Miss Lucretia, how you doing? So what we're recruiting for right now is just for election day, May 24th. Now, if you were working advanced voting, you would have to work 7 days straight, yes. Okay. So it looks like everyone here has had their questions answered, so let's get you all some applications so we can get them filled out. And that she's, one of my staff members, Chantel Stevens, is bringing around clipboard so you all can fill out this information. No, this row up here. So this gentleman right here,